Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wafer Fabrication Sector number 35AF2. Today, we're going to finally finish, at least get started on doing silicon now that we have all the prerequisites. But before we get to that, it is time for chores. All right, so, oh God, this just makes me upset just thinking about it. Where are you, brickmaker? Right over there. I might not be the smartest individual ever. Look, the vent for rich clay. It gets smashed into bricks. It needs sand. I got pure sand. You cannot make bricks out of pure sand, sir. It doesn't work like that. Pure sand will not brickify. Whereas, just so dumb. All right, let's go fix this. And you gotta not do this. Go to the earth stack. Even being ultra organized, I cannot get this working right the first try. We gotta get this pure sand out of here. Luckily, we have a solution for that. Where are you, earth stack? Right here? Right here? Yeah. Right up here. And then, do you have room? No, you don't. Are you two fighting? You're fighting for sand now? Alright, well, here, waste pure sand on the way. So hopefully, did I send you off at exactly the wrong time to get sand? There's just no sand here. There's some coming in. Okay, you'll be fine. We'll check back in on this later. Can find out which city block I was working in, which was right here, right? Okay, good. This should now be working again, and we will be venting rich clay, and that's the entire point of this. And then the bricks will go in the waste brick area. Okay, great. Done. And okay, so we're going to have to be in struggle now, because the rest have to do with plutonium. So let's go. Come, let me show you my pain. Down here, what I'm looking for is, first we have to make not so much yellow cake, right? I think that was something I decided we have to do. Like, this is backing up, and this is kind of bad because it's backing up, right? Like right here, we should not be spinning when there's too much 235 on the belt, right? It's just there's no point making more. So what we're going to do is we are going to measure this belt, right? We're going to say when there's, I want you to enable, disable, 235, the shiny stuff, is less than, let's say 25. You only go when it's less than 25 on the belt. Same for you. So you should be disabled now because we have enough of the shiny stuff. And the rest of the yellow cake will just flow straight through, right? And you're disabled, but you're collecting a little bit. Okay, good. You are now limited. Now, hot uranium hexafluoride is blocked. So let's take a look here. All right, so this is obviously not working like I wanted to. Because take a look, friends. We wanted this to be the mixing area that takes cold uranium hexafluoride and mixes it with hot hexafluoride in greater amounts in order to make adequate hexafluoride to go through this fractionator. And this is not working. So I think what is necessary here is this is the wrong valve. You should be an overflow. I greater than 80. And this needs to be just pumped out, so maybe I should not have done that quite yet. So we want to see, you can see this gas. This gas is 66.5 degrees. That's just wasteland for this gas. So pump it all back in here. This is supposed to be the heating chamber. Can I turn this valve on if it's on the appropriate temperature? I wonder if that's even possible. Let's take a look. I can just do this directly. And so we have enable. We have a mount, but I don't see any temperature reading. We have little things that suggest temperature exists, but no actual temperature reading. Sue. I guess that's just not a thing that we do, huh? All right, so you're now overflowing out, and this is going to continually go. And what we want is this to kind of fill of hot stuff, right? And then it just kind of be cycling, constantly cycling. And it accepts cold stuff every once in a while. So this wants to just be a straight pipe, right? And this overflows, I think. Now this goes to one way. Yeah, it's definitely a one way, so we need a valve here. So you should underflow less than 80, I suppose. And then you should overflow greater than 80. Input greater than 80. And we might have problems because that's just a little pipe. It fills very fast. So let's put a buffer in there. All right, so we're going to try this again, right? We're going to see if this temperature rises up. Because right now the core problem is that you don't have enough adequate gas. And this needs to be a lot hotter. It is coming up because the temperature in this pipe segment is rising. Here, no, turn this around. Actually, why not? I'm going to do that again. We're going to get this stuff out of here. So we do this. Nuclear science. A little hard, right? Okay, that has increased the temperature of this to 67. And now we should be completely dry. We need to put this back. And you only trigger when input is greater than 80, and it is not. And of course, I immediately pick it up. And then immediately put stuff... Okay. Pump it out. Everything gets pumped out. Great. Happy. We're happy to see this. Right, that's reservoir right there is almost useful. And you want... Yes, that's precisely what we want. And right there. And I didn't mess it up this time. So hotter gas will come in. Here, we should be able to see, right? Oh, we have no fluorine right now. So yellow cake's going to back up. That's okay, though. Yellow cake backing up is completely acceptable. Wait, we have no hydrofluoric, excuse me. No hydrofluoric. And so this isn't going very much. So we'll have to check back on this later, right? No, this is slow. Okay, this is making progress. And so this is going to make hot stuff, and the hot stuff is going to flow into here. It is going to raise the temperature of this by a fraction. Like, there it goes. The hot stuff goes into here, and it's getting pumped out. And this has raised the temperature by just a little bit. And we just have to keep doing that, right? Just a little bit. Or did it all go back in here? Huh. No, it doesn't have an opportunity for that. Anyway, we have to check back on this. Here, hot UF8 blocked. Let's go take a look at our rich clay vent again and see if that's actually still... Is that working now? Yes, rich clay is being vented. Hallelujah. And then more is going to get pulled out, and we'll check on this situation later. Uranium fuel cell reactor needs proper vent. Oh, this might be the ultimate reason why fuel fuel rods are backing up. Yeah, this idea right here that I had of having a radiator, it doesn't work. If perhaps it does radiate in this mod, it doesn't radiate like this. So I gotta go get a heat exchanger, right? And that's basically it. Heat exchanger and a cooling tower. There's no... We don't have to deal with that steam. We just have to get rid of it somehow. So let's go and do that. So heat exchanger is right here. Heat pipe right there. I need... Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, there we go. Heat exchanger. Oh, we have lamps on us. That's not correct. We need to establish another lamp chest. There we go. And this is assured to be sorrow soon enough. Anyway, not right now. Don't look at it. We're doing good. We're fixing the factory. And it's through fixing the factory grows. And we must have the factory grow. We need heat exchanger. Right there. All right, so this thing's now heating up. And it just dropped the temp because we're just not prepared. All right, so this is going to start the particle accelerators again, right? Pretty sure. And like this temperature is slowly rising. So yes, we do need to actually put in the infrastructure here. Water goes in. No, it's not like that, is it? That's the inferior way of doing it. Give me a cooling tower. Now we go up and around like this, and it's great. And we need a tank. So what we really need to do is right here. And then a valve, because valves are great. Underflow to 20, please. As per always. And then doink, doink. Followed by doink. And doink. All right, good. That'll fill the reservoir. That'll produce steam on some sort of time scale eventually. This is flowing again. These are probably turned on now. Where do you get 26 of this? I suppose they're stacked, right? Maybe we have to let up on this, given that they're stacked. Or maybe not. Don't ever let up. Never give up. There. And there's all the used cells coming in, and that's going to continue making peroxide for neutron absorption. All right, done. Notepad, I would say go away, but then I just have to say, get back out here. Look at all this stuff we have to do now. Let's go take a look at the most interesting little contraption I've set up. How's our temperature? Oh, our temperature is usable now. So it's actually getting raised up quite a bit. All right, so we have fixed that problem, and it's not overflowing in yet. We have to continue to accumulate more and more hexafluoride to serve as a mixing reservoir right here, but we should be able to get that, right? And if I just let this loose, it'll just start filling up the system. And in any case, there's no absorption for it finally, so it just doesn't matter. Okay, so yesterday we got all the prerequisites we needed in order to get started today. Very, very, very full of foresight. So today we are going to do trichlorosilane, pure silane, electronic grade silicon. We're going to do this right now. That's a bunch of fluidized bed reactors, right? Trichlorosilane. You're done in fluidized bed reactor. I was right. And then DD. All right, so fluidized bed reactors are in a weird spot right there. Probably need more, not taking more. We need DDs now, and that's one of the most basic structures in the entire factory. All right, so let's talk about electronic grade silicon. I think that's just an assembly machine, right? No. Oh no. That's an advanced foundry. Oh. So we're going to have an entire structure around this. So that's probably going to be an entire city block, just regardless of scale I'm working on. Advanced foundries, come with me. Coal power plants, where are you? Not here. Here? Yeah, just an entire stack of coal power plants on me. All right, let's talk about scale. Where are you? Here, let's build a model. Let's go out there and formally build a little example that we can follow. And like, this is already irritating, but whatever. We need more hands, certainly. All right, a model. Fluidized red reactor. That's in here somewhere. What's blowing up? An artillery emplacement has been gacked? How? Wait. That's inside the factory. Oh, they put a worm? Oh, right there, just to hit this thing. Okay, that's dedication. I admire that enough to hand deliver some shells. And ba-doom. There you go. All right. We will have vengeance one day for this island. Yeah, vengeance, I say. Trichlorosilane. All right, you eat 1 silicon a second. And we have what? 140 silicon a second. And this is one of the most important throughput areas in the entire factory. We kind of have to stuff in as many as we can. So we have this one city block right here. We're probably going to have to bring in, well, no, it refluxes. All right, don't pay attention to me. I'm muttering to myself. All right, so this is producing 10 pure a second. This is taking 20 pure a second. So however many of these, we need half again as many. And I think we can probably make them twice as dense. So this is going to be another city block. All right, got it. And then finally we have, oh, this might be something I have to care about, right? We need, where are you? Where are you? Power plants. I never have to reach for power plants. Right there. So this, you can't be sped is the thing. You are a pure bottleneck, and you take 10 pure a second, and you produce the silicon. So I need double of these. Double. So I need as many foundries as I do of these guys. That's rough, especially with the heat requirements. So this produces 4 megawatts, 20 megawatts, 20 megawatts. And yeah, 20 megawatts. And you eat, each one of these can power 4. No, 3. 3. That's just really bitchy. I suppose I could efficiency module this, but modulating it already is not good. Not good. And there's no modules that could go here. So if I efficiency module this, keep in mind there is no hope of speeding it ever. You know, here, if we just, where's my beacon? If we just build professionally, right? Build like we know what we're doing. Just, here you go. Right you. Confirm. And then just turn it up. Build for real. There, we can easily get under the 80% limit. And so each one of these can do like 18. And this is where we're going to have to live for the rest of our life, right? So this is the bottleneck step. Oh, it only takes 10 of the... So 10 chlorosilane goes into... It just passes through. Never mind. This is 20 in, 20 out. It's faster, but it's not better. So it's just a purified step. So each one of these will need one of these. And this is harder. All right, I declare this is going to be the slow step. And we make a design for this, and then everything conforms around that. Okay, who's with me? All of you, I'm sure. Oh, you too. We're going to need more of these. Yeah, we're going to need lots more by the time this is done. All right, so let's just say it is going to be this city block. I'm not certain it's going to be this city block. Let's pretend it is. I want a new city block, excuse me. No piping in it whatsoever. All right, so if we are to do this correctly, we are going to need an aerial outpost that brings in the coal bricks. Then we are going to need 2, maybe 3 power plants, right? So we need a power plant, which is the exact same size. Good to see. So it's probably not even going to be like that. It's going to be different. It's going to be something like this, right? It's going to be even farther down, I think. So something like this. And then we'll have, just mock it up, right? We'll have the coal bricks out. Not going to need that many. So the coal bricks come out like so. And then just down. And then it leaps. This doesn't exactly work, right? It's going to have to be more. So let's pick that up and do it the way we know works. So we need you to eat in, you to eat in, and then you to eat in. This is the design. And now we drag this down. The descending cross, that shape of fear. There. Now we have coal bricks in. Great. And so we have 60 megawatts of heat to deal with right here. We need so many more of everything. We need more of everything. Do you hear me? Let's see how we can do this. Heat doesn't travel very well, if I recall. You need electronic grade silicon is what you're doing. Okay, so we'll bring biofluid in up here somewhere. Don't worry about it. And then the pure trichlorosilane will come in, and then we'll reflux. Great. Okay. Should not have left home to do a heat-intensive thing without my heat pipe, right? The heat pipe is what makes this possible. I'm probably going to need more than this. Let's put back the coal power plants from wherever that might be hiding here. Right there. Let's go get more. Yeah, these things are rough in hard mode. They really are. Back again. So we will take this nice clean city block and we will stuff it full of, where am I? Silicon purifying mechanisms. And then, where? Where was I? No, really, where was I? Oh, not far enough. All right. God, factory too big. All right, coal bricks come in. This could even be a mini caravan. I'm pretty sure that that would be okay. So we'll think about that, and we'll have to put out ash at the bottom. So we might end up doing... In fact, I think that's almost certainly better, right? So something like this, and then this entire system comes back up a little bit. And then the heat is closer, it's more centered. Okay, and then we'll have ash out right here and right here. Simple as, right? Alright, and ash will be out, and then we'll put a caravan here. Just a normal caravan. Doesn't need to be big. It's never going to have that much throughput. At least I hope not, right? Alright, like so. There. And that should work out. Alright, so that's an entire system. And what we want to do now is see how many of these guys can go. And we know at 80%, it's basically just over a megawatt. So, and it's all just gas with one electronic grade out. So we're going to do this, right? And I say fancy things like, well, this will be beacon space. But beacon space is kind of already apportioned. Oh, and this is nightmarish. So how about we put that up? Yeah, nightmarish is the proper word. All right, so we have to get heat into this thing. It's got to be up here or two. So heat pipe, wherever you might be. Well, it has to go around the back, right? Can I flip? Well, this is... Because the natural place to put a beacon is right here. So I guess this is how we have to do it. All right, that's acceptable. And then infrastructure out the back, and then the heat pipe. The heat pipe can't come right here. This is beacon space, so the heat pipe has to go up there. Or rails. So like this, you know? And we don't have to care about that because we have another one right there. But the problem is, how do we deal with that? All right, so this is pretty easy, right? This is the silicon out, and this goes right here, and then you just ride this way. Great. Now, how do we deal with this mess? And then that... And that has to go like this, I suppose. There's no good way to put this in the middle, right? So these are going to be... We are deeply abominating, is what I'm trying to say right here. So kind of going like that. And then... No, you can't do that, but you can do this. Why would they put them right next to each other? That is simple contempt. All right, we have this sort of structure right here. It's just making life harder for no... I mean, it's the bad kind of hard in that this type of hard makes me wonder who is in charge of making these buildings and how did they make them so badly. All right, so what we'll do here, and now we have heat pipe rails, just coming like so, and we'll staple them at some point, right? Okay, this is beginning to look vaguely intelligent. Okay, and using stack inserters is, well, it stacks things. That's the benefit, so don't knock it. Okay, so like so, like so, like so, like so. Notepad, you don't really need to be here right now. This is going to change my entire perception of everything here, so Notepad is not required. is required is power. There. All right, so how many of these can we fit in this square? That is the question before us. So we take this entire unit and we place it right there. And then we kind of do have to leave a via, right? Even though that's just deadly in this situation. Maybe we don't. Well, yeah, maybe we just don't leave a via. But instead, oh, we can pull this over by 2, I bet. There are no vias here. Is this a mortal sin? Am I committing a mortal sin? All right, first question. How many of these guys did I throw down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. So all of these can be powered by that dude right there. So I feel like we may have enough power. Oh, we're out of, we need a lot more heat pipe. This is the first major heat build I've done. Like there's been plenty with forges so far, but that's not really the same, is it? Come here, friends. All of you come with me. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you, each and every one. And once this goes, here, we should check on uranium hexafluoride again, right? Let's do that. Okay, so right here, this complicated system does a very simple thing lots of times. So this temperature is definitely usable, and it's getting more and more weight inside of it. So the little cold drops are going to impact less and less. That was the plan. Now eventually it's going to overflow, and then we'll max out here, and then nothing will happen because we're not going to be using that power. But we will have felt satisfaction of doing something, I suppose. Now, a problem, I guess, is heat only gets into here. I suppose we need a central heat pipe right here. We need this. But that's going to really mess up the utility space. I think this is necessary, though. Can we leap all this? Have I doomed this construction? Yeah, too far. All right, let's carve a via somewhere on the internal. This line, I think. No, don't take it apart. Cut. Why are you so weird? There. That's the good via right there. Okay. All right, stick with the discipline. Do it right. Now, this goes right here. This is still a long way for heat to walk. I'm not sure these will ever turn on, because there's so much waste in the system. We have extra heat makers, right? So that means something, I guess. All right, let's line this up. So what's going to have to happen is, where am I wrangling all this stuff? I guess we have to wrangle it right here in the via or in some of the middles. Yeah, it has to be right here because there's no other place. So, okay, this get wrangled here and maybe in the next block over. Right? That's where we are in life. So pick this all up, I think. Or should I put another one on top for symmetry? I'm not sure about this design. I don't think this is going to be maximally efficient, which is really what I was trying to do everywhere this time. I suppose I could have done better, right? Because I could have taken this. Oh, no, that's got to be the heat pipe. That doesn't even exist. Yeah. Okay. So we have this block, and this block has 16 in it. Yay. This is what we do. So how many of these can I fit in here? There's a lot of lines here that just aren't ever going to go. Oh, and the pi logo is off. What happened to you? Well, I think we all know what happened. I suppose it's an interesting bar story for it. Give me all of you. Why are you not copying and pasting with fidelity? Why is that? And right here, and then right here? Does this not work, friends? Good friends? All right, so obviously, can we put down more? Can we go more? All right, so this is our world. Our job is to make this work, right? And so what is this? It's actually quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like, it's basically 50, right? And this can power 18 and 18 and 18. Actually, this is going to be really close, isn't it? Okay. Well, we've achieved the density goal, so that's good. Let's go see if we can get more buildings. And it's going to be really a problem shoving that into any sort of city block that has any pipes in it, right? Yeah, it's going to be so difficult to watch. Do we not make heat pipe? Why do I see no more heat pipe here? I know we make heat pipe. Heat pipe's simple. We've been able to make heat pipe for ages. Do we just not? Have we neglected this? Oh, it's right over there. Okay. Heat pipe. Heat pipe. Heat pipe. Why haven't they brought more? Oh, they have, and I was looking at the wrong box. Okay, great. Fantastic start to this episode. Everything's going well. 100%. Get me more of that. No. Give me none of that. Give me all of this. And lots of pipe. The bots have it right. Okay. Good. And now we get to probably turn the bots off for a moment. Find the one with 2. This is all just coal dust, and this is actually decent. I'm not sure it's going to work, but this is decent. This entire thing has to come with me now. Okay, bots can go back on. Just pick it all up. All comes to me again. Oh, it's one of those situations. All right, so we're going to need this many fluidized beds, which is going to be a whole city block. So this is fluidized beds right here. This is going to be DDs. And this is going to be electronic grade silicone, obviously, right? I think this is how it has to go. And then we have to figure out what these pipelines are doing. Because that pipeline is going to be okay. That pipeline is not going to be okay. What's going on here? There's that gas pipeline. That's going to be a problem. Maybe we can make it work in this exact position right here. All right, my wonderful, wonderful friends, explode. Explode with joy. Why do I have niobium pipe? Who would insult me with such a thing? All right, so that just gets connected. And you can just be... You are in beacon space right there. We'll see if that happens to be the the beacon space I need. How are we doing on bot power? Oh, doing real good. Excellent. But yeah, I've asked them to do a lot lately, I guess, because they're tired. Are we really completely out? No, we have more. Oh, we have to go pick them up. All right, my fault. Here, pick up the rest of this stuff. Oh, they're tired. For real? I haven't been working them that much. No. No, guys. You need to get back in here. You are not finished. All right, great. And I'll just turn you off, and I'll get you to the point where you fly the least. Now go. Oh, they're super tired. Well, that's distressing, right? I guess the monkey's going to have to help. Now, the problem is we're not done here. This monkey just immediately messes everything up. There we go, because pipes. This monkey can't walk in a straight line. So, the big problem is going to be joining all these inner things together, and we're probably going to have to join them together in the last area. So let's not even think about that right now. Why are the bots struggling so hard? Why? It's running. Why? All right, shifting gears. Oh, you finally woke back up. How wonderful. Shifting gears. Where's our model? So we have decided that we need, you make 10 a second, you are pass through. So this eats 10 a second, this produces 10 a second, and this right here eats 10 a second. So we're going to need 50. That's right, 50 of these guys. Let's go do it. So grab and install. This should be easy because they're tiny. But it is a pure liquid. No, it's not pure. So we'll need is silicon comes in, right? And now we have to deal with this horrid tangle. The horrid tangle, TM patent pending. How can I even mirror this properly? There we go. We don't want to use this, so therefore we must use this. All right, that goes pretty easy. Therefore, we probably need this, right? And we need a lot more pipes. All right, so this leaves this area open for beacon space, as is the tradition of our people. Great. And so now we have silicon in. Beautiful. And then all we have left is we have silicon in, we have the gas in, we have one of the gases out. We need to collect our product, which thankfully is on this side. There is impure trichlorosilane. All right, so this is what we're doing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ingredients. So copy, invert. That wasn't a copy, was it? And the bots are, well, why do you think we're not doing things correctly? All right, what we need, and you can't be prodded or anything, you're never going to be sped because you're lashed to a system that has to deal with heat. And so it cannot be sped. Not competently. I wonder if that's a thing. I wonder how the math works out of adding the next level forge that will require more of higher heat, or using the lower level one with higher level of the things, the coal-fired power plants, and then speed those up. Would that actually be better? That's an interesting thing. I don't think I ever looked at that when I was complaining bitterly about this before. Hydrogen chloride. You are going to be all of one network. And you have to specifically come here. I need you to underflow less than 20. And this is going to be a low pressure source for everything. So it can flow in, it can flow out. And in fact, we're going to take that, put that back down because it's impeding biofluid. Great. All right, so our number is 48. So let's see. They pack real well, right? And like this. Oh, and we're out of pipe already. Okay, I'll go handle that. All right, more pipe, friends. More pipe and probably more fluidized bed reactors. And it is important to grossly overbuild here because this will form the foundation of all high-end electronics, which is to say the entire factory. So yes, overbuild, indulge, revel in chaos. Here, we have to get rid of this stuff. This stuff, no good. No good for nobody. And we are going to have to go get more efficiency modules in the end. This is all taking so much longer than I thought it would. But it's fun, and that's what counts, right? Alright, so these guys are now in. Are these bots done crying? Are you ready to do your job? Apparently not. Alright, right there. So what we're doing now is trimming this properly. So we don't cut ourselves in the future. Alright, so what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like up down south. So we need 3 tiers of these, and that will be pretty easy to do, right? There, 3 tiers. And this is, in fact, how we do it. And this is enough to... We need one more? Seriously, just one more? This will produce enough to fuel 48 of these guys, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That is enough. So, perfect. The balance is correct. So, I guess we just leave it like this, right? Here, let's rough out the next one and kind of just do all of these at once. So the DDs, oh wait, we have a model, right? We can scavenge for, oh, apparently not. I've already scavenged it. All right, the DDs are right here. And you eat at 20 and exhale at 20. And this eats at, exhales at 10. So we need half as many. And so if we have 48 right here, that means by logical necessity that we are going to need 24 of these here, which we can certainly do, right? In an entire city block, yeah, we can manage. All right, the problem is we vent so much garbage, so we're just going to put in little vents right here. Just vent whatever you can, guys. This will make it slightly more dense, also slightly more usable. All right, so this is impure in, pure out. So we will put pure out right here. And it's lined up, and that's probably bad. And then that's both out, so this is both in. All right, so that takes care of the gas. So the gas comes in, gas comes out, waste products come out. We'll do sorting right here. It's going to be easy. It's going to be nice and easy. So grab all this, flip it. Oh, well, we don't leave beacon space here when we do it like this. Proper beacon space, I mean. So I guess what we have to do is use long inserters, even though that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That's okay. It is fine not to make sense. Okie dokie, now a bridge right here. Right there. There. We have beacon space, we have gas in, we have waste out, we have gas out. All right, we have a unit. So grab and copy paste, leave a via and copy paste. I'm sorry to say that that guy's going to have to move. I don't know where he's moving to. All right, so this is 12, so we need one more block of this, right? Which means we are doing just fine. Biakuas. Why do I keep doing that? We're just wrecking pipes left and right here, aren't we? Alright, so we have to do something about this pipe, which we did just clip. And then there's a north-south power line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4, 24. That's what we're doing. And that's definitely not going to fit in this space, so it definitely belongs right here. This is definitely the limiting factor, so we are correct. And there's a lot of wasted space here, but we'll just use that for sorting out our waste products instead of this area. It'll be fine. So, copy here. Paste you in. I don't know what you are, but I respect you. The question is it lined up right? Like the fluidized bed reactors aren't. And that isn't either. So everything's about to get a lot worse down here. Alright, so this has to get all pulled up. Because without proper alignment, we are no more than animals. No better than biters. So right there, this is what you do. And then all of this. Yes, you heard me, bots. All of that. Like, do I put it right here? It'll fit and it will work. And it'll work probably better, right? Right there. Okay. So maybe okay, maybe not okay. That's how it is when we're on the factory. So one more, and then you're out of here. And then that's properly in line, I think. Here, all of this. Okay, there's our hydrogen chloride. Let's take a little break. Let's go take a look at hydrogen, uranium hexafluoride again. This is slowly pressurizing, not quite there. The temperature is good. And it's a huge heat reservoir. It can stand to have some really cold stuff drop into it, and it will still be usable. And we're still, I don't know what we're living on right now. Probably just yellow cake production as before. Because we made it so we could take more. So, okay, that makes sense. Is everything fine? No, we're jammed. We're jammed on too much 241. You're not even going because you don't have any 239. That eats 239. It makes the good stuff. Down here, we have fuel cells, so that's good. But there's probably some issues, right? We probably need nuclear sample to fill up. Oh, we're not even making that much of that. So we need more 39, huh? So we need more of this. I think a future me will take care of that, or, do something else. Because we have too much 241. We have that, right? And then it makes 39 what we have in 240. Or maybe it makes 240. And we're not clogged on 240. We'll probably be clogged on 240 after that. I guess I just never want to do this, huh? Which is why it's never happening. It should be prodded. It really should. And then a lonely particle of 242. I'm going to have to stare at this a lot. The fact that this is jammed is causing problems generally. So we have to increase the consumption of 241. How long does this exist? A bit. It's here for a bit. So does this suggest that the balance between this tier and this tier are off? I haven't solved this problem correctly. I've merely solved it imminently. All right, there's some 239 coming down. So I think that's going to be used for, yeah, we use it for nuclear sample with preference. See, it gets all of it when we really should be getting half of it. The other half will be fuel rod. Here, let's try that. Let's just say no preference right now. So it'll only get half. So half will go to nuclear sample. This is nuclear sample row right here. And the other half will go to fuel rod. Oh, there's a whole bunch of nuclear sample going down. A cycle finish. All right, don't think about that. Don't think about that. It's here to trick you. In fact, I want to move this all again. You heard me right, bots. Well, it looks a little off right here. I suppose it's going to make sense. All right, let's get one more fluidized red reactor and another pack of distillators. Destructive distillation columns. Where are you? Great. And then fluidized bed reactor right here. And maybe we're probably have enough pipes for the time being. It's the 2. Look for the 2. At the sign of the 2. Go. And we never put any power poles anywhere. How incredibly skilled of us. That's all right. Skill issues can be overcome. Okay, good. And put that there, and put that there. Put this here. And very, very slowly, we will have this system online. And we have to stop the blinking lights because they drive us mad. Like wedges straight into our cerebral cortex. Okay. Now, I don't know why you're making that noise. This has to get trimmed in the north because we do not bind on the north. But we can probably get the hydrogen chloride in from the north. So let's do that. So staple there, staple there, staple there. And I think hydrogen is just waste, right? It's just waste hydrogen. No, do we need the hydrogen later? Ooh, that's a question. Let's see. No, don't do that. There we go. You have that in. You'll have this in shortly. And then hydrogen is needed down here, right? We need hydrogen in. All right, so we have to bring in hydrogen for exactly this sort of structure, right? Right here, only you're doing hydrogen. It's not connected, so it didn't burst a whole bunch of Gorbachevs. There you go. All right, now you are connected. Now this has to be connected into the system also. So I guess we're binding this on the back and then getting it on some sort of rail. Okay. That makes sense to me. So we have hydrogen rail right here, I suppose. Then right here? Oh, I was too very polite. And being too very polite, did not have it actually exit. Okay, great. Feeling good about this. So hydrogen completely stapled together. Now we just have to get hydrogen into this somehow, which I suppose is done like a so, huh? So like this to like this. Then we have inputs and outputs here. Right. So we definitely need more hands here, especially if we are going to be just doing a pass through, or we could skip. Actually, I feel like a skip is better. So we'll do this, and then right here, and this will distribute the silicon to this area. So perfect. I probably could have moved this somewhere else. Ah, well, whatever. And then right there. Okay, so first choice will be export. Second choice will be processing into electronic grade silicon. Got it. Makes sense to me. So, is there anything more that needs to be done here? I don't think so, right? That's all bound together. That's all bound together. And then this is making the trichlorosilane. Oh, it lines up sometimes nicely here. We need not to do any of this here. All of this gets trimmed. Oh, is it too late? It is in fact too late. This is why you do not leave double-ended pipes, underground pipes laying around. As they will fill. They will be connected via magic. Dirt magic. Is there a whole bunch that needs to be trimmed right here? Yes. The answer is yes. And then lastly, we have to bind together the product. Okay. That happens right here. Okay, great. We have done one city block today. Congratulations to us. Trim, perfect. Next up, DDs. All right, so now this one's fairly straightforward, right? Gas in, junk out, gas out. And so this is right here, the gas out. This is the gas, no, this is the gas in, excuse me. So hooking that up right there is collect. And this is gas in again. So hooking up this to here is again collect. And then right here, of course, also collect. And then right there. Good. There, we have product in, and now we just have all sorts of wastes out. And of course, I did not put down power poles because not very good at my job. Right there. Okay. Power pole. Oh, does that actually work? That's not going to work long term. Think about the future, my friend. All right, so grab all of this. This is probably wrong on a couple levels. It's okay. We can be wrong. Am I inverting things that shouldn't be inverted? In, out, in, out. Looks like it's fine. All right, power taken care of. And this line is all connected and we can see it, and this is not all connected. This all has to get stapled at the bottom. This is the pure trichlorosilane. And so, as is the way of our people. Guys, you gotta stop being so grabby. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter really right now, because there's nothing in the system. But still, they gotta stop being so grabby. This is output, this is input, so this has to be trimmed. Note the stunning visual clarity of the icons, letting you know exactly what you're doing at any time, so that you can mouse slip with perfect accuracy every time. How far down can we go? Oh, pretty far. All right, so right there, that's what we're doing that. And then right here, we're sorting out bins for every waste product. And like every one that's produces essentially one ore. Okay, so this is all producing essentially one ore a second. We're going to start with dinosaurs using this, but we'll upgrade to whales later. So what has to happen here is we need 3 whale homes. Whale home number 1. Whale home number 2. Whale home number 3. And what I want you guys to do right here, it's pretty simple. And you do this, and you do, okay, that's a little much. So like so, and so like so, and the other one doesn't need one. So this will come down like here, a mixture of ores. There, that looks kind of not terrible. And you will output to the right, filter on aluminum ore. This stuff. Yeah. And then the other one is going to be iron ore. Why didn't I do that before? So iron ore comes out right there, and that leaves us going with copper ore. All right, great. So I need me dinosaurs 3. Your job is to be hungry. And add destination right there. Fill your cargo, and that is aluminum, waste aluminum ore, which goes in the waste aluminum ore bin right there. Here, have a snack. Get started. Next up, dinosaur. You need to be hungry. And I need you to go right here, and I need you to fill that cargo. And then you take that to the waste iron ore input right there, and you dump it. And can we guess what this third majestic creature is going to be doing? I can. You need to be coming right here. You need to be hungry. And then you need to come right here and you need to fill your cargo. And then you need to go all the way up to copper waste and dump it, so that it might be used first and not impede the workings of the factory. All right, so good. This area now is done. This area is not going to get helped, huh? Okay, perfect. All right, so we are now making clean gas in the appropriate... This looks weird. I don't really like this, but I have to deal with that. And it works right. Having not being top justified is... kind of looks terrible. Really does. But whatever. All right, we're keeping this. We need more foundries. More foundries, more heat pipe. And then we'll finish off the bottleneck. And where we're going to be? We're going to be getting close to wafer land, huh? Probably need... Here, just grab a bunch. And then any foundries in here? Yes. Gonna need more though. Where's my foundries box? It's time to go all the way to the source. I think we did this weirdly early. Yeah, right here. Give me those. Those were being saved to be upgraded into Mark IIIs when that power was granted to me. But it should never be so. They will instead be Mark IIs forever. All right, so I need more dinosaurs. I need an ashosaur and a coal brickosaur. So let's go get that. Probably should have thought this through while I was up here, but you know, it's never too late to rethink. Okay, that's a lie. It is often far too late to rethink. At some point, you do have to commit and just hold to a course. At some point, your decisions have been made for you and you just have to stick it out. All right, so I refer to this area as the death of pipes. Pipes coming through here are not going to have a good time. So let's trim all these ends. And I'll probably have to put some back later, but that's okay. As long as I get them trimmed now. So they don't have a situation where they connect to something they shouldn't, causing me all sorts of problems. Trim, trim. What's going on here? Why are you missing your... Is that everywhere? That's really funny. I wonder why that happened. Maybe I picked up the wrong one at some point. I could believe it. All right, so nice and trimmed, and then on the bottom you need to be trimmed as well. Then we're ready to start distributing heat, right? We are ready to bring the heat, as they say. Like that. And then we will need a little more. That works, right? Probably do them both. Probably doesn't make any difference in the end. Except looking slightly cooler. And that's, frankly, more than enough for me. Dinosaur, get out here. You get to be hungry. Then you get to go and get coal bricks, which is a bioproduct right there. Fill that cargo, bring it right here, and then empty that cargo. There you go. Off you go, sir. And then we need another dinosaur because this does create ash. There is no escaping ash in this process. You get hungry, of course, and you come right here and you fill that cargo and you take that ash to the waste ash disposal stack, which can be found right there. Dump it. Good. Fantastic. All right, so now we should probably wire this up if I'm actually serious about this. I actually remembered to put power poles in this one. Wonder what the occasion was. Okay, now you're ready. Add attention. And this one is just going to be a little ugly. It's all going to be a little ugly. That's all I do here. Let's take a look at the power grid. I mean, this looks fairly okay. Okay, that could be better. If I was just doing this right? There we go. This looks okay. This doesn't look terrible at all. No, we did good today. This is a problem. Don't look at the problem. But all the other ones are good. All right, so now we have to get this out. And that's going to be a problem, right? Because we have just not enough space in order to do a proper join. Yeah, we just don't have enough space unless we clip this, which we might, which we will. Yeah. Joining the product together is more important than a perfect web. All right, so right here, and then pop. All right, now it comes down again. And we're going to have to do it again here, huh? Why aren't you aligned? It's probably because it can't be. Here, how about we do this? And it's going to be ugly, but it will live. There we go. There, product down. Beautiful. As planned the entire time. Didn't you look at the blueprints? All right, so this area, not the best, have to say. But it's doing what it can. Oh, and we have to now efficiency all of this. So, Beacon, where are you? Beacon, I call thy name. And the place to put the beacon is right here. Only there's just no good place to do it at the moment. It's like I want to do right here in the dead center of everything. But I guess that isn't even the dead center of everything. That would be right here. I can move it over just a little bit, right? Yeah, this is okay. So put that right there. What I want you to do is to be efficient. And I want you to turn the power all the way up. And if I turn AM even up one more, we miss a lot. Actually, we could... Here, let's see if it even matters. This is at 60%. Now we need to put one in. And now it's at 80%. So we could do this. We have to move it over one, right? It's like right here. Has to be right here in order to do this. And that will cut the heat pipe. I guess I don't care. We're going to pretend like not caring is actually the cool thing to do in this situation. Even though you should always care. Always. All right, let's see if this works. And then what happened to you? What happened to you? Like so. All right, there. Oh, apparently this is just the incorrect thing to do at all speeds. There we go. Better. All right, so you are at AM2. Can we hit them all? Are we actually hitting them all? No. This was foolishness from beginning to end. All right, put it back. Put it back. Put them all back. Put the heat pipe back. Turn it up right there. And I have to move these things again. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Everyone just be quiet for a little bit. There's more of these that has to get this treatment. Clip. Clip. And then copy. Paste. There's going to be another one, right? So remove. And then, no, not like that. Copy. There we go. Just like that. All right. We're going to get through this. We're definitely not going to get through this today. All right. You can't do this. You have to do that. So this brings it down to 30%, which means this is 60 and this is 80. So we need a lot. And I mean a lot of efficiency modules. We need 100 efficiency modules. Okay. Let's go do it. We need an entire pack. We still don't have a thing to make this up here because we're lazy. I'm waiting for the next level, honestly. This is not a great time to be doing efficiency anything or modulating anything because I should be really focusing on making the base footprint correct. That's my logic anyway. So no modules. And I don't even have good modules or the good beacon. So It's pointless to think about in the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Congratulations. We have efficiency. This is going to take a long time to hand build, but that's okay. We have time to waste. Trust me, my hands will not be idle in these hours. So, let's head back. I really wanted to get through this entire thing today, but I kind of think that's not going to happen now. So you're heating up. Good. Ash is collecting. Good. I'm pretty sure this is working okay, and all we have to do is play efficiency fairy to every one of these. And if we don't, it's just not going to work. All right, we're going to need more. Just leave it off. Pretend it's working, right? All right, so this brings us to product 2 of the day. This was the goal product for today, actually. And that is electronic grade silicon. And I think we're going to do the identical structure that we did up here. It is going to go to export first. Can we actually do identical? Do you think? No, just off by a little bit. It's okay, we'll make it work. See, we wouldn't be doing that then, right? It would just be coming over. So this doesn't exist. And this has to just come up by 1, I suppose. And it works just fine. All right, electronic grade silicon makes it into here and will be exported. Does anyone remember what I was going to do with this? Because I know there was, I prepared a place for it yesterday. But that was yesterday. It was hours ago. And I don't remember. So how did I classify this? Electronic grade silicon. Here, come here, notepad. Electronic grade silicon and polycrystalline slab are two things. It's kind of earthy, but not really, really earth stack worthy. So where did I decide it should go? Like putting the polycrystalline slab next to the diamond wire is a good idea. Is anyone on this? Yeah, this is... Oh. Nuclear sample goes there, I guess. That doesn't make even a little bit of sense. Do we have any cobalt? No. We have plenty of trior, though, so that's good. No cobalt, though. These are alloys, so don't look at that. That's just waiting for us to make more silver. What's this supposed to be? I think this is aramid fiber. That makes sense. So maybe I never made a box for this. Maybe. Maybe electronic grade silicon and polycrystalline slabs go here. Next to the diamond wire. Which I put there for what is obviously a tremendously profound reason. Or maybe it's like, what was this? No, this was wafer, dope. And this is the other thing. The passivation layer. And we're just waiting on silver, right? Okay, don't think about that. So maybe I never made a home for this. I'm choosing to believe that at this time. Next, it is time to build more factory. Next, we are going to take this to the next level, everyone. Ready to go. All right, so the next step in our glorious journey has to be over here, right? We take electronic grade silicon, right? And that gets made into specifically this thing, the multi-quantum dot cell later on. And so we're just preparing the way for this. Right now we have to turn it into wafers. This is the old way. We don't do that anymore. Now we need an electric arc furnace in order to make the polycrystalline slabs. And then later on we'll be doing this. And it'll be much simpler. But we never lose the need for polycrystalline slabs because we keep needing plasmonic cores. So this is just another product. All right, how much of this does this produce? Notepad, you may return. We have 48 of these happy fellows, and they're producing 0.4 a second. So 0.4 times 48. That gives us 19.2. 19.2 EGS. Sec. There we go. So if we want to take that and we want to turn it into polycrystalline slabs, I think that was an arc furnace I saw, which again is going to need, no, it doesn't need heat, just needs an unholy amount of power. Yeah, electric arc furnace, ugh, is really the hour of, keep in mind these are Mark 1s, so they need to be doubled, is the hour of the efficiency module. You make polycrystalline slabs. So it's 3 solids in, 1 solid out. So we're going to need a snake belt around the back. Here, come here, friend. Yeah, that's going to be tough to do with this here. We might have to move this to be last in line. Anyway, let's look at it. So you eat 0.2 a second, 0.4 a second, actually, because it's doubled, doubled. Yeah, so we need an equal number of these as we have of those. And we have 48 of those, so we need 48 of these. That's going to drain some electricity. That's going to be a bit of an issue because I don't have anywhere near that many electric arc furnaces available. It's like, no, you have us bringing tens of them over. Why would you think we would have these in stock? You have to tell us the things you want us to have. We will not just have things. All right, so you and you and you and you. And we're definitely coming from behind. And this is the supply. Like so, like so, like so. Perfect. Yes. So copy and paste, just like so. And we have our classic serpentine belt. Oh, and they're too small, so I have to do a fancy serpentine belt. The fancy serpentine belt. Yep, is good. And then you need stick in, stick in, stick in, stick in. Great. And now we just have our product out in the center, as per always. Product out, product out. And that's just, yeah, simple transformation with us not having enough. Why do I keep doing that? With us not having enough space anywhere. And an H right there. And now you're good. The problem is it's not going to tile correctly, right? Because the edges are wrong. So what we really need is this, I think. And now it will tile. Well, actually, let's remember the lessons of not 10 minutes ago. Grab all of this and put this right here. Okay. We're making polycrystalline slabs, I tell you. And that's like, it's strongly telling me to put a via here, even though I'm not sure that's where it's ultimately going to go. In fact, it's not going to go there ultimately. Pick you up. Grab all this, drag it over to someplace reasonable. Like, that's in line, right? No, it needs to go one step over, and that's in line. In line, which means virtuous. Right there. There. Better. Smooth. Even. Dedicated. Strong. Thriving. So I can put in a couple more, right? I can do this, right? This is legal. This has been approved by God and the state. Now, maybe we can't do this last one right here. That's okay. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And our goal is to have 48. So maybe we should only just do 8s. So it's even. And then distribute things nicely, you know? That seems like it's probably a more elegant design. A more polite design. Ooh, paste. Right there. Great. 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 So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in 2 ranks. And we can pull this all back. And we will have a nice time. We will have a good build. We will have a nice time. No, we want to keep it aligned. Screw good builds. Screw nice times. That's all just belt space. Okay, now that we've solidified this, it is congealing in our mind. We have to connect that, and that's good. All right, so next rank. Well, we did that too early. That's fine. Wait, are we going to be able to do this? Yes. Yes, we are. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my dramatic reenaction of the polycrystalline slab terror of 2025. Wait, is this going to work? Oh, yeah, it is. Done. Dun, 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 dun. And then one of these belts is going the wrong way. That's fine for right now. And it just fits. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, did it right. So this system is bringing in everything it needs to bring in. So I guess we're not doing this because you are way in the way. And I mean super duper in the way. And it would be glorious to do this instead. So this is what's happening. So it looks like polycrystalline slab gets first dibs of all materials coming in, which is fine. Then right here we'll make crucibles and what's the other thing? Graphite and crucibles. And I'm out of everything. Need more belt, need more inserters, need more arc furnaces, which is going to be true for a while. Going to have to do something about the energy consumption of the arc furnaces, which is another thing that's true for a while. I don't have any more towers anymore, do I? Because I just put down my last one. I really should make an area to make them. Haven't done that yet. Such is my life. Man, I need like just lots of belt. Oh, maybe not quite that much. Okay, back again. I'm going to get a soda, I think. I think it's time. It's soda o'clock. Okay, so this is good. We're bombing in all these things. We're going to be bringing them in more and more. We need how many more? Lots more. Lots, roughly 20. Now is temperature coming here? Oh, it's still getting up to temp. That probably shouldn't be happening, right? Why don't you have power? Oh, you need a little more help. There you go. What temperature are we up to? Oh, it's heading down because I just connected something. Are they even going to be able to get all of this up and going? What's our working temperature here? What temperature do you need to actually work? Where is that number? Required temperature 1.9K. So I don't know about this idea, guys. There's a lot of heat pipe here. And it's just, does it radiate ever so slightly? I know I've had problems with it before. Is this proper? Is this doing something? It certainly looks like it's doing something. All right, so maybe I should fix this before it's an enormous problem. Is this ever going to actually produce what I need? Temperature's climbing now. So maybe it's just going to take a long dang time. I don't know. We're learning together, friends. All right, so you're going to be graphite and you're going to be crucibles. Great. Here, Notepad doesn't need to be here for this. All right, so let's get this whaling. So we need graphite and crucible, and our number is 4, huh? So it's going to be like this, and then upsies, over and over. Perfect. Actually, this needs to be moved over by 1. It slipped. And then we're going to wind it in. You're going to get clipped for right now, though. So you are graphite. Perfect. And you are crucible. Okay, that was almost perfect. That was a little too slow. So something like this, something like this. Good. Now, we start gathering everything together, right? Okay, so this flows down this way, and then it comes back around. So you're going to be nice and generous with our belt standoff area distance. And then this way, and you come down. And no, you just go straight in. Okay, great. And this goes this way, and it's proper, and this is the one that is improper. Improper, incorrect, ugly, distorted, sad. Because this guy has to go the other way, and it didn't. So, snag, followed by H. Followed by that. Now you're going the right way. Happy, in line, harmonious, beautiful, balanced, planned. See? That's what happens when you do it right. And then we come around again. We again use the same line, because why wouldn't you? And then down here to right there. And then this guy just does the same thing. And then electronic grade silicon has to get out. And so that is the top line, then the bottom line, then the top line again, and now it's the bottom line. So that's electronic grade silicon right there. And you have to get out. We're just going to leave this nub for right there, because I don't really believe in myself. And then this is just final out, right? Into a whale for export. And we don't do quite like that. Like that. Okay. I really got to get power into this. All right. It threatens to give me a seizure. Right there. Right there. Okay, good. Are we actually good, though? This uses a ton of electricity. Not as much as the centrifuges, mind, but still quite a lot. We are coming up to temperature, and the question is whether the temperature will ever penetrate far down here. And that is a real question. This may never work properly because of heat problems. Yeah, this could be kind of an issue overall. Anyway, we're going to let it go and see what happens. In the spirit of experimentation and laziness, see more arc furnaces. Doubt they've been able to pack 10 out by now. But if they have, I want to encourage this behavior. Oh, come here, come here. All right, thank you. No, only 4. We will be okay. All right, 4 more in line. Beautiful. So what is now necessary is probably to gather together the polycrystalline slabs. What is your destination? You now need to be cut with wax and diamond wire in order to make the plates. And the plates are not an export because we have determined that we're making polycrystalline cells here, which is why we had to make the passivization layer. I get the feeling this is something that's going to happen tomorrow, though. And then we also cut it into wafers, and this is probably not going to be anything we ever have to do, so don't worry about it, right? It's high-tech circuit boards. I'm not worried about that right now. Don't worry about it. It's kind of interesting. Why are there so many? Anyway, I don't care. Polycrystalline slab will be gathered here, I suppose, because we have the space and because it will look cool. Right? So the polycrystalline slab will come down right here, and they will leap nice and tidy to right here. And then you will get in like so. You will get in like so, and you will come straight up like so, and polycrystalline slab will be ready for export by doing it this way. Yes? It is good, yes? I can hear them humming. I have to do something about efficiency in all of this. And I don't have any more towers, so I'll have to go build some. This is going to be an enormous power draw, all on its own. Probably 15 gigawatts. All right, so electronic grade silicon export, polycrystalline cell export, right there. And there's nothing more that's needed here. Oh, there's this whale. All right, so the whale is 4-to-1, I think. It's 9,000 divided by 4, so it's just going to be 2,000. That's fine. Come here, Mr. Whale. Whale hungry. I want you to go get graphite. Graphite is in kind of like the product stack right here. And I want you to load... Oh, we're doing this the wrong way. Load items so caravan has. I want you to come right here. And this has to have a thingy on it. I think this is going to be end of episode. I don't think we're going to move on to the next one. And you circuit condition, and that circuit condition is, of course, comparator equals go, followed by unload until target, unload until target. And what are we getting again? No, this. Here is some graphite for you and for you. And then we also need crucibles for you. It's so much better. And so it's times 2,000, so it's 6,000 here, 6,000 here, and you will be 2,000. Now I need you to go get crucibles, which I don't remember where we put. Oh, right there. Maybe I remember exactly where we put it. You have crucible in quantity 2,000. Great. I will now bless you with a little bit of whale juice. Off you go. And that probably doesn't even have to be waiting. Okay, good. I think we're good here. And I don't want to do another city block. So that's going to be the end of the episode, isn't it? We did 4 city blocks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a pretty decent day. And the polycrystalline slabs will be cut into wafers right here. But this will be a temporary transient thing because eventually we're going to get the next level of of slab, which is right here, which is monocrystalline slab. And this gets cut into more wafers. So it's like, if we look at this, it's 2 electronic grade silicon, 5 to 2 wafers. So it's like 2.5 per wafer. And then with this, it's going to be 3 to 1 into a slab. And then the slab is going to become 5 sheets. And then each sheet gets cut into 3. So it's 15. So 3 to 15. That's a massive step up right there. That is massive. So we'll do that step tomorrow. The problem is we probably have to do just the PSP in this entire block and just leave the rest blank. And then we start using it, because this is going to consume PSP. That's why we made the passivization layer, so we can make these. And there was a purpose to it, I guess, at some point. We're almost at solar panels and almost at personal solar panels, which will be nice. This might get me away from gasoline. Anyway, I'm not going to think about that right now. Yeah, don't think about any of this. So tomorrow to review, to preview, tomorrow is going to be PSP, polycrystalline cell, and that's an export, and then all the doping. We can definitely get through all of that tomorrow. And that's our plan. And we're going to be doing the PSP, the slice right here, and then we'll probably do the cell right here, and then this is just going to be doping land. These 2, I think. Yeah, that feels right to me. Maybe 4 blocks, 1 for each. Yeah. And then we'll leave this block mostly open for monocrystalline flex. Does monocrystalline slabs have the same life cycle? Because if we take a look at this, it gets sliced with diamond wire. Okay, great. It meets the blade, and then this just gets turned into silicon plate. Wait, how is this an upgrade? Monocrystalline silicon plate. Oh, now it goes into wafers times 5. Okay, got it. So this is 1 slab goes into 5 plates. 1 plate goes into 5 wafers. So this goes into 25. So this isn't as huge of a leap, but this is a bit more efficiency. So good. Good. Takes longer though. Anyway, stop thinking about this. We'll figure out the rest of it tomorrow. Goodbye, Notepad. Time to recap, and then I'm out. Tomorrow, we do more. Even though it's not going to be my tomorrow, because I know that my tomorrow I will not be able to play. But this is why I have a buffer. Oh, there we go. I have a substantial buffer of episodes, so I can have days where I don't have to do anything, and yet the cadence of daily releases continues, which I think everyone appreciates. It's right there to right there, bounding it properly. Yes. All right, screenshot. What did we do today, ladies and gentlemen? We did silicon processing. So this area that has been conspicuously blank this entire time now has stuff in it. We made trichlorosilane, which might need to be an export all in its own right. We didn't hook up the refluxing, did we? I kind of worried that we didn't do hydrogen correctly here with the furnaces. I don't think we did that at all, frankly. I think we just moved on without doing all the internal wiring here. Anyway, let's make a note of that. Check piping ESG. Okay, great. Anyway, we got these 4 city blocks. The hardest one by far is the ESG block, making electronic grade silicon, because it requires heat, and heat is just the death of all speed modeling. So everything has to be scaled based on this. And so we filled an entire city block with furnaces. I don't know if the heat is going to be able to travel all the way over to the far side in order to ever ignite those guys. This is a learning experience for us all. And if necessary, I guess I'll carve out like a block right here and put in another furnace, even though it's going to look really ugly. But from that, I was able to back out and do the silicon gas processing chains up here, and that was easy. And I need a lot more electric furnaces to fill this out. It'll be fine. We're going to have to deal with purple blocks of shame today. Anyway, as I discussed, tomorrow this block is left mostly blank because this has to be, it's reserved for monocrystalline production, which may or may not ever need to be done. And then right here, I will probably make the precursor to solar cells. And then right here, right here, right here, right here. That feels good. Yeah, all right here, we're just doing doping. N-type, P-type, light N-type, light P-type, all of that. And that's coming tomorrow. So we're probably doing this area tomorrow, and we're never going to have to extend coal south. It's finished. If we ever need more coal, I copy this block and I put it farther down here. Ideally, locate it close to a coal processing center. A coal producing center, like right here. Like just, yeah, I have to set it next to it because there's no need for anything else to come in. It's so simple. Anyway, we'll think about doing that later when it is a problem. Right now, we have no problems. I'm done. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.